The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Whether you're new to sales or a lifetime veteran, the Blackbelt Sales Podcast will sharpen your sword and guide you to master the art of sales. And now, here's your host, the ninja himself, Gene Slade.
Hey, thanks for joining us again on the Blackbelt Sales Podcast. Good morning, Don. I see the beautiful Christmas tree in the background. I like that.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, my fiance and some cousins were here a couple weekends ago, and they won't be back till really Christmas or very close to it. And so it was Christmas decoration time. It was Christmas tree time, and they knocked it out of the park. So I really love it. So
what is that, like a 13-foot tree? What is that?
No, it's a 9-foot tree, but with the top, it's pretty big. It's pretty big, 9 or 10 foot.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to step that up, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if they hear this, the challenge accepted. They'll probably post something about that challenge accepted. I had to limit them to just doing that tree instead of something even bigger. So I'm happy with that. But it was a fun weekend.
We have 2 of our 3 trees. I should say Brittany has 2 of our 3 trees up already. So we got one more to go. We've got this beautiful white flocked tree last year. It's absolutely gorgeous. Anyhow, so we've got a event coming up here soon, Don.
Yeah, absolutely. Right after Thanksgiving, and we put a big training session together to really energize people through the winter time, through the off season, as people want to say. It's only an off season out there. You don't have to be an off season in your head, right? We hear that so much. I think you had a quote today that was really good. The world outside, and you can tell us exactly what that was, but that was what happens in our head happens out in the world. So if we think it's off season, it probably will be off season. But if we think every day is another opportunity, that's what it will be. Gene?
We were quoting Charles Haanel, and I'll get to that. But somebody who people probably know more than Charles Haanel right now would be Grant Cardone. And Grant Cardone taught us that you make your own economy. Zig Ziglar said the business is never good or bad out there. It's good or bad between your ears, right? And then Charles Haanel said, and this will probably require a little bit more explanation, in the master key system, he said that the world without is a reflection of the world within. Now, what he meant by that is the world outside as you see it, the world that you live in as you see it, is actually a reflection of the world that you see inside your mind, that you create, the stories that you share with yourself or tell yourself on a daily basis. So whatever we're thinking actually is what creates what we see outside. It's a reflection. And then who was it? Blake. We were talking to Blake this morning. We had 2 phenomenal success stories today.
Yeah.
And one of them was Blake. And we were talking about how fast he has gained traction. Like he said that he had, prior to 7 weeks ago when he came to our last mansion event, we've got one coming up this Monday. Actually, people are checking in on Sunday in Orlando. You want to be there.
Yes,
because Blake,
I want to be there.
He's an electrician, and he had never made more than $800-900 like on a regular basis. That was his take-home pay. Mm-hmm. And 7 weeks he came to the mansion, and then he ended up registering for our continuing education, which is the Lead Ninja Mastermind. Yes. And in 7 weeks, he's gone from making $800 to $900 a week. His check this coming week, he said his wife calculated, is going to be $4,100 take home. And he hasn't sold an electrical panel, right? He's just going out there and making a list of things that are a priority, things that'll need to be done in the near future, and then things that would just be nice to have. And he's really not even putting any nice to haves on the list. And he did last week, in 1 week, on 6 or 7 calls, what used to take him 28 to 29 calls to do.
Whole month's worth of revenue in a week. He beat his monthly with a 1 week with just 25% of the calls, or somewhere close to that, 1/4 of the calls.
It's insane.
It's
absolutely freaking incredible. Like, if you were to take, I don't even know what the factor is on that, because you're running 1/4 of the calls and selling. I mean, it's at least 4x, right? Yeah. So, and now I said, has life changed at home? He said, yeah, I'm getting called Big Daddy a lot.
Wow. That is, I'm super excited for him. It's only been, give or take a few days, 45 days since he started the process. He really hasn't even finished the process yet. And 45 days in, he's seen 4x. Now, he put some effort in, and he really studies the stuff, and he uses it. And that's a big part of his success, is he's willing to put himself kind of outside his comfort zone and actually use this stuff. We have people that come in and they're a little timid, and it takes them a little longer to get the confidence to utilize the stuff, right? Yeah. And so he has the confidence. He's not necessarily ever been a salesman, right? He's never done anything that says he just brought his past. He was an electrician, and he had the guts, if I can say it that way, to just implement the things he learned, study, go use it. And 45 days in, 4x, and there's another level up. I think he is seeing there's another level up, and he actually said at the mansion, when he was at the last training event, that that he couldn't envision this. Like, this is not possible. Now he's seeing that it is possible, and there actually is another level up for him. And it's possible. You've trained several electricians that have turned into $3 million guys, or I know of one as particularly.
Oh, it's not that difficult to do when you know the process of how to get there. It's like they say, your first million is the hardest, right? Once you learn how to make that first million, the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth, it's just repeating a process that you have already done, like riding a bike. So I had asked him, had you ever considered that, like, would you have believed me if I told you that you were going to 4 or 5x your income in less than 60 days? He said, never, just never. He said, especially not morally, ethically, and legally. Right. So, like, he feels so much better about his life now because he's serving people at the highest level he knows how to. They're paying him a ton more. They're giving him more gratitude than he's ever had. He said his biggest challenge right now is trying to get his wife to stop spending the money. He said the Amazon packages are killing him.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you're watching this live right now, will you just please put 1 down in the comments? Watching it live, put 1 down in the comments. If you're watching us on a replay, put a 3 in the comments for me, please. That's the only thing we ask for in order to do this show for you.
Yeah.
What else?
Sounds like the funny joke that someone hacked my identity and got a credit card, and they're spending less than my wife. So I think I'll just let it stay for a little while.
Yeah. So when is the next event? The next event is December 1st through 5th. So coming up this Sunday, you still have time. There are still seats. You can fly in on Sunday, the 1st. You can check into the mansion at 6 p.m. Okay. And then we'll be training on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So the 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th. First 2 days are intense training days. The 3rd day is an implementation day, and it's a little bit more relaxed and lighter. And we have a really, really good time in the evenings. So if you need information on that, my cell phone number is 239-848-6533. Just shoot me a text, 239-848-6533. I think you can also go to leadninjahvac.com. Is that right, Brittany? I don't know if it's right or not. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's leadninjahvac.com. That now listen, don't get fooled by the name. This is for electricians, plumbers, HVAC guys, solar, roofing, pest control, whatever you're selling. As long as you're in a service-based business, you want to get out to this event. We're gonna house you. It's an all-inclusive type of thing. So your lodging is taken care of, your food, your meals, your beverages, all that stuff's taken care of. So you don't need anything once you get there. Just bring yourself, bring a bathing suit. We've even got laundry detergent and laundry facilities there. So, and it turns out we're actually going to have purified air this time, Don. We're sponsored. The event's one of the sponsors of the event is going to be Dynamic. And they're outfitting the mansion with a bunch of their ultraviolet systems and their PCO systems so that we have clean, fresh, healthy air while we're there.
Oh, that's exciting. Awesome.
Stoked
Now, that class
that.
is usually the service technician, maintenance technician, more of a technician class. Now, you can sell equipment with in that process as well, but it's typically starts with the maintenance, the service, and then ends with the with the equipment side. Is there another class as well?
Well, before I get on to the next class, I want to make sure that you guys know that there is the first class is really, really focused on being able to still get sales when there's not an equipment opportunity available. Now, guys, if you're in HVAC or plumbing or whatever, you know that only maybe 1 or 2 in 10 houses that you go see are going to qualify for a repipe or a full whole house rewire or a new HVAC system, right? We want to be able to still generate revenue and get sales for things that will benefit your customers when those opportunities don't exist. So we're going to focus heavily on indoor air quality, water treatment, and we'll also focus on a lot of the electrical accessory sales that you might not even be thinking about right now. If you want to rewind and know what some of those are, you can go back to our last podcast this past Thursday.
Absolutely.
But to piggyback on what you were saying, Don, yes, there's a second class, and the second one is the 6th through the 9th. So that is a check-in on next Friday, not this coming Friday, next Friday. And that would be for people who are selling stuff that's $20,000 or above. If you're a high ticket salesperson and you're doing $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, and you want to get to $4 and $5 and $6 and $7 million, maybe $10 million in sales a year, that's the one that you want to come to. So you'll check in on the 6th, which is Friday. You'll check out, I believe, on Monday. I think that's the 9th. I know it's the 9th is checkout. So it's a 2-day class, right? Just 1 day shorter. So shoot me a text at 239-848-6533 as soon as possible before we're sold out. And I will get you the information that you need, or just go to leadninjahvac.com and you can see the pricing and everything. What's up, Austin? Good to see you, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, good to see you, Austin.
Don, and then let's talk about one of the other success stories from a very recent mansion event. It was the exact same one. We've got so many of them from that most recent one, but Dustin is another guy that I want to talk about. Dustin was really, really struggling about, I want to say about 12 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And he and I had some one-on-one conversations, and immediately his sales just blew up. So he came to the mansion event and then actually ended up moving down here to Florida, just not far from my house, about 45 minutes from my house. So he was over this weekend, and whenever I'm around people, I'm constantly listening, right? A good salesperson always listens. And I heard some things that I thought I could help with. And I want to know, have you guys ever, if you have, put secret down in the comments? Have you heard of the book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne? If you've heard of it, please put secret in the comments, okay? So if you haven't heard about it, it's about the law of attraction. Now, you can't see the law of attraction. Most people haven't even heard of it, but you can't see gravity either. And Don, if I go up on top of my roof and I jump off and I don't believe in the law of gravity, is it going to matter?
No, you're still coming down.
It ain't going to matter whether I believe in it or not. They say if you're going around a 25 mile an hour curve at 95 miles an hour, it doesn't matter if you're listening to Jesus music while you're doing it, you're going to go off the road. right?
Yes.
The law of attraction is a real thing. And if I was to sum it up in a very few words, I would say that my definition for it would be whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on, you get more of.
Mm.
And so I was sharing this law with Dustin, and I shared the book with him, and he got really excited. And on the way home from our house, he and his wife and the kids, all three of them, got in the truck, and he said, rather than playing the radio, he decided to put the book on, audiobook. And they listened to it for about an hour. And his kids started asking him all kinds of questions about it. And they had a phenomenal family discussion about it. Well, when he woke up the next morning at 6 o'clock to go mow the lawn, he said his son was already up listening to the book. And his son actually took 3 pages worth of notes about how it applied to his life. And he said they've been getting up earlier. They've got better attitudes. They're obeying better. Like the ripple effect that happens in families, Don, as a result of becoming involved with us. I'm not tooting a horn here. I'm just sharing the facts. We're not just about making money here. We're about improving the quality of your life and your relationships and helping your family and help to establish generational transformation. And he's got tears in his eyes when he's telling me this. And just a phenomenal representation. By the way, Dustin moved down here his very first week in a truck. He sold like $57,000 or something like that. He's doing phenomenally. And to come from 3,000 miles away and land on his feet and be able to do that, he said the only reason he's able to do that is because he had a process that he was confident in now.
Yes.
So life is looking very, very good for Dustin. He also brought Luke with him, and Luke's having the same kind of success. Luke was probably making $1,000 a week. Last week, he sold $92,000 in equipment and IAQ stuff. $92,000.
A lot more than $1,000 paycheck coming this week for that gentleman. And Luke, when you said he brought him with him to the mansion event is what he's talking about. He still is out in Reno, Nevada, where they're working right now. And
which is not the greatest market in the world, Don.
Not the easiest one. And most of their calls, if I can throw it out there, are the Home Depot cheap tune-up inspection calls.
$19. And now it's what, $888 for the week?
$888 call that used to just be trash in everybody's opinion until he came back and did that on those calls, on those type of calls. He did that kind of revenue. And I like that he said, he's had some coworkers or people just, what are you doing? He shared with them a step or two, not even the whole system, because until you really learn the whole process, you can't really teach it. But he gave them a few nuggets. He gave them one of the nuggets, which was a piece of paper. That was it. That was the nugget. Write down everything in the house. And those guys are now doing more. I don't know that we had any numbers or anything else, but those are the only 3 guys in their company that are producing anything else. All the rest are typically producing the fee, $19 or $8 or whatever it was. Very little extra from the other guys. And that's wow. And we love it that if you come learn it, we want you to share it with everyone else. It's okay. It's okay. It's your information. Go share it with your coworkers. After they learn a little bit, they'll probably be asking, when can I get to come to the next training event? And again, it's coming up soon.
And
maybe we'll have a couple of those guys in here.
Owners, I'm going to warn you that this training is going to create some problems for you.
It has there too. I agree.
It is going to create some problems for you when you send people to us. Perfect example is Luke, who we were just talking about. You take a guy who is maybe selling $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 worth of stuff a week, and he starts selling 50 or 90 or 97 like he did 3 weeks ago. That creates some problems in your business. So if you send some people to us, make sure that you have got a mental game plan of how you're going to get the work done. okay, because they're like 4 weeks out now, and they're trying to figure out how to handle it. And they're not running any more calls; they're actually running fewer calls. But the volume of work that's coming from it is creating some problems that they really didn't anticipate. And I get that, right? You drop a $5 million. He's going to be a $5 million guy within the next 6 months, I think. You drop a $5 million guy into a company that's only really doing 5 million right now. That's going to create some challenges for you. Good problems to have, right? I think we'd all
have
like
that
to
problem.
have
That's true. I would love to be a company owner that you sent back, and you did. I trained guys, but you came to our location. We sent to these events before they were at this location, before we called them mansion events.
Yep.
We sent people. It changed their lives, but it was wonderful. And you would send them back, and it would just be like they're on fire again. So even if you've been to a mansion event or a training event,
come back.
you're going to want to get back. The guys who've come a second time seem to be the ones that really get it and the ones that really go to that ultimate level. Now, Luke hasn't, Blake hasn't. So they're probably sitting there thinking, is there another level? There is. There is another level. It's incredible.
$10 million in sales is not out of reach anymore, guys. It really, really isn't. So yes, there are many, many different levels. And do you think that I or Don could teach you everything we know in 2 days? Come on.
Right.
Let's get real, right? There's no way on God's green earth that we could do that. All we can do is give you the most succinct information, the most tight process that we can give you, and share that with you. And then once you get that down, that foundation, then we start to build on it. I mean, there will be guys that will be coming back that are still that are certified, that are doing $5+ million a year, and they're coming to the event to learn how to become better trainers. Right? They're going to be involved in doing some of the role play with you guys. And it's worth mentioning, please don't tune out right now. This is important. You're going to miss something big if you don't listen to this. This is potentially, well, here's how I'll say it. This is going to be the last mansion event that we're going to do for the foreseeable future. And that makes me really, really sad to say that. Yeah. But you guys know in business, things change, right? And trust me, if I could find a 50,000 square foot house with a theater that would hold 150, 200 people, we would continue to do these. But our business has grown significantly in the last 6 months. We've been setting up processes and automations and setting the foundation to quadruple and more the size of our organization, which means that I'm not going to be able to be as accessible as I have been in the past. So if you have always,
you will be in this and as accessible in the future as you will be at this event.
Yeah.
I will not.
Yeah, this event will be the last time that people really have this kind of access on a personal level outside of the classroom to really connect and build a relationship with us. Doesn't mean that you won't be able to do that in the future. It'll just be different. We're going to be putting hundreds of people in a room, and there will be different levels. There'll be VIP levels and stuff like that. But if you want that kind of personal attention, I highly encourage you figure out what it's going to take to get down to Orlando, either on the 1st or on the 6th of December. It's coming up really, really quickly. If you need more information on that, you can put mansion down in the comments, or you can hit me on my cell phone with a text at 239-848-6533. Okay. But please, when you do that, tell me who it is. I need to know who you are. Please don't just text me and go, hey, can I have information on the mansion? Say, hey, this is Gene. Can I have some information on the mansion?
Yeah, cool. That definitely helps know how to have a conversation. So, yeah, we appreciate that. So the mansion events, we're excited about them. Sad. There were so many sad emojis and sad faces when you posted that, talking about this may be the last event, almost like people read into it as it's not a positive, like what's going on, or maybe all your haters said, told you so. Yeah, those haters brought you from doing a 30 people event to a 300 person event. So
Get you
haters,
some more haters. Get you some
yeah,
more. They're
yeah,
loud.
yeah. They love to scream very loud. So I may have a couple already, but I laughed this morning when I saw somebody had taken one of your reels, something I was in, and cut it up to make a hater video, and he shared it with his 14,000 followers. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm sure there was somebody in there that says, "Wow, I didn't know that," and they might have used it. They might make some money and go, "I want to know some more about that." So, love it.
Don, is there anything else we need to cover before we bounce out for the day?
Yeah, obviously we talked a lot about that. The training event, having some huge success stories. These guys have a process. They have basically taken their pride and said, "I'm going to just utilize it and see the success," rather than coming and saying, "That won't work here. That
Yeah.
won't work here." They just tried it anyway, and you know what? They had some great success. I'm super excited about those success stories coming out of our mastermind event, and that's really our follow-up training, sessions where we're 2 times a week, hour long, um, doing the follow up, the implementation, the questions and answers. This is what I heard. How should I handle it? And the growth goes. So it's not so much that you have to learn it all in 2 days, 3 days, but you do have a platform to continue growing for forever and get certified. That's huge for us.
What you can expect if you actually commit to the process, what you can expect at a minimum is within 60 days to double your sales. You could quadruple them or more, but you can expect to double your sales. So if doubling your income is what you want to do, and listen, please don't, if you're saying to yourself in your brain, "That won't work for me, that won't work around here."
Yeah.
The world outside, if you've been tuned in since the beginning of this broadcast, the world without is a reflection of the world within. Okay. Whatever you say, the life has to show up that way. So
Yeah.
consider changing your language, because whether you think it will or won't work for you, you're right. You're right. Okay. And listen, I'm not the brightest bulb in the box. Okay. And neither are the guys that are having the kind of successes that you're hearing about right now.
Right.
They're regular human beings who were in the right place at the right time, just like you are right now. And they took action. Okay. Are you going to sit around and continue to burn your life away? Or are you going to take life by the balls and ride it? Let's have some fun. All right. Let's make some more money so that we can gain some more freedom and do fun things with our lives instead of slaving away, getting clients who are treating us like we're second-class citizens and not knowing what to say when they say, "I want to think about it. I got to talk to my spouse. I got to get other quotes. Your price is too high. My neighbor got one for cheaper."
Seems like our clients, and I tell this to our guys, would want to treat you like you're trolls under a bridge. Don't talk to those guys. You're not when you have this. And I want to say that a couple of those sayings that guys are saying right now, "It won't work here. I'm not a salesman. I'm not a good salesman." All of those phrases, if you'll just take and put the word "yet" behind it, "I'm not a good salesman yet." It changes the whole meaning. That won't work around here yet till you come and learn it, right? So that word "yet" is powerful. I'm not good at sales yet. I can work on it. So we're looking forward to seeing you there. It'll be what, 20, 25? How many people come to these mansion events?
Between 25 and 30 participants will be there at each event.
Yeah. So excited to see the guys who are signed up already. If you're not one of those guys right now, you're going to want to text Gene. You're going to want to get that information. It's very soon, but if it were free, would you want to come to the class? That's typically, again, would you turn away great sales advice if it were free? Well, the sales that you're losing in the next month, week could be, will certainly pay for that. And the nice part about it is you get to keep that knowledge for the rest of your life. You get to do it forever.
Yeah.
So wonderful. You know,
I'm gonna share one more thing before we tune out, guys. And this was a quote from Blake this morning, something that his father told him years ago. The context of the conversation was, how long does it take you to double or triple or quadruple your income? He said he couldn't have believed that he could 4x his income or 3x his income within 60 days or less. And the truth is that, and here's the quote, life moves fast for those who participate.
yeah, it's incredible. I'm going to adjust that or say Luke was the guy. It was Luke's father. Let's make sure we get
Luke's
the right
father. That's
one.
right. That's right.
Luke.
My bad.
It was Luke, but I'm incredibly excited. Life moves fast for those who participate. Yeah. And you're going to want to get out here and I just say that if you haven't been to a mansion or a training event like this yet, you still can come.
Yeah.
There's a lot of listeners. If you're saying, I've never been to one of those, you haven't been to a training event like this yet. It's just a matter of time before you're going to want to get here. So,
and if you're saying to yourself, you can't afford it, we can show you how to afford it. So just give us a shout, give me a text. The number's been put up several times. You've already seen it. When it comes to fast tracking your life, when it comes to speeding up your success and compressing time, if you trust the process, life moves fast for those who participate. Don, thank you for joining us again today. Ninjas, go out there, slay some dragons. We look forward to talking with you soon. See you guys later.